Divine Mercy in My Soul, Saint Faustina Kowalska, entries 16-19. It was during the octave of Corpus Christi, June 25, 1925. God filled my soul with the interior light of a deeper knowledge of Him as supreme goodness and supreme beauty. I came to know how very much God loves me. Eternal is His love for me. It was at Vespers, in simple words, which flowed from the heart, I made to God a vow of perpetual chastity. From that moment I felt a greater intimacy with God, my spouse. From that moment I set up a little cell in my heart where I always kept company with Jesus. At last the time came when the door of the convent was opened for me. It was the 1st of August, 1925, in the evening, the vigil of the feast of Our Lady of the Angels. I felt immensely happy. It seemed to me that I had stepped into the life of paradise. A single prayer was bursting forth from my heart, one of thanksgiving. However, after 3 weeks I became aware that there is so very little time here for prayer, and of many other things which spoke to my soul in favor of entering a religious community of a stricter observance. This thought took a firm hold of my soul, but the will of God was not in it. Still, the thought, or rather the temptation, was growing stronger and stronger to the point where I decided one day to announce my departure to Mother Superior and definitely to leave the convent. But God arranged the circumstances in such a way that I could not get to the Mother Superior Michael. I stepped into the little chapel before going to bed, and I asked Jesus for light in this matter. But I received nothing in my soul except a strange unrest which I did not understand. But, in spite of everything, I made up my mind to approach Mother Superior the next morning right after Mass and tell her of my decision. I came to my cell. The sisters were already in bed, the lights were out. I entered the cell full of anguish and discontent. I did not know what to do with myself. I threw myself headlong on the ground and began to pray fervently that I might come to know the will of God. There is silence everywhere as in the tabernacle. All the sisters are resting like white hosts enclosed in Jesus' chalice. It is only from my cell that God can hear the moaning of a soul. I did not know that one was not allowed to pray in the cell after 9 without permission. After a while a brightness filled my cell, and on the curtain I saw the very sorrowful face of Jesus. There were open wounds on His face, and large tears were falling on my bedspread. Not knowing what all this meant, I asked Jesus, "Jesus, who has hurt you so?" And Jesus said to me, "It is you who will cause me this pain if you leave this convent. It is to this place that I called you and nowhere else, and I have prepared many graces for you." I begged pardon of Jesus and immediately changed my decision. The next day was Confession Day. I related all that had taken place in my soul, and the confessor answered that, from this, God's will is clear that I am to remain in this congregation and that I'm not even to think of another religious order. From that moment on, I have always felt happy and content.